Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to set up FluxGym on the DGX Spark. And if we look at this, we have these different hyperlinks, but we got one specially for Windows right here. And we're just going to double click that one. And then when we click that, we're going to bring it up right here in our browser. And if this sounds interesting to you and you want to see how to set this up, let's get started. Okay, so I open up my terminal, and I know I want to use Python 11, but if I type in Python-V, we know that the DGX Spark defaults to Python 3.12, okay? So how do I get 3.11? Well, I do a conda create dash name, and then it's going to be flux, just whatever I want to name it. I'll name mine FluxGym because it's going to be FluxGym. And then I'm going to have Python equals 3.11. Okay, and that's going to create a virtual environment for Python. So to activate it, I do conda activate FluxGym, because that's what we named it, if I can spell right, FluxGym. And then there we are. Now I'm going to clear my screen, and I'm going to do Python-V, and you notice we're in 3.11, so we're right where we want to be at. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to follow the instructions off the GitHub page. And that's going to be a git clone, and we're going to clone FluxGym, and this should go by pretty quick as it does. And then what we want to do is we want to cd into flux, so we change directory to FluxGym, and now we want to clone the Koya scripts, so we're going to clone those. And that's going to be git clone, and then clone those as well. And now that's done, we're going to hit clear. Okay, so now we got both Flux and we have the SD scripts cloned. Okay, so now that we have those installed, or downloaded I should say, what we want to do is we want to change the directory and go into the SD scripts that we downloaded. So that was our other clone that was inside the clone. Then I'm just going to do pip install -read requirements, and we're just going to install those requirements, and this should go by relatively quick. And then I'll stop the recording and I'll come back when it's done. Okay, so we're done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to back out of this. We'll do cd --, and that's going to bring us back to the FluxGym. I'm going to hit clear to go back to the top. We're still in the FluxGym directory now because we changed the directory back by using the 2 dots. Okay. Now I'm going to do pip install -r requirements.txt again, because the first install was for the SD scripts. This requirements is going to be for the FluxGym. Okay, so now we're going to be downloading that entire thing and making sure all those packages are installed. And the same thing, I'm going to stop it and then come back when it's done. Okay, so we're back. Now I'm going to hit clear, go back up to the top, and then what I am going to do, just to kind of show you, is down here on the RTX 50 series, it says you need to install the 128 Torch and update bits and bytes to the latest. We're going to do that, but we're going to do it for the 130. Okay, so I'll paste the first command in. Actually, I pasted the whole in, but that's okay. I'm going to back this up, and I'm just going to type in 30 right there, and I'm going to run this. Okay, so now we're done with that. So I'm going to hit clear, bring me back up to the top, and then this is where we'll install the bits and bytes, right? So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it over, and we're going to install that, and we're all good. So we're going to hit clear and back at the top. Okay, so to run this, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to type in Python app.py, and then we're going to give it a second, and it's going to start up. And it gives us this localhost of 127, which we can't really use off of Windows. It doesn't really do us much good. So we could set it to share, and then we could get another link down here, which would be a more public setting, which we don't want to do right now. So I'm just going to hit Control C, and then I'm going to clear this out, and then I'm going to nano into the app.py. And we're going to make some modifications to this file. Okay, so if I hit enter, first thing I want to do is I want to go down here to my last import, and then I want to import socket. Okay, and we're going to use socket to get our host name. Okay, so now we'll scroll down all the way to the bottom. And then just will take a second. I know it's a little bit tedious. And we'll keep going all the way down. And there's a lot of stuff in here. And but we're going to make some changes here just to make it easy on us. So every time we start this, we can just hit one link and everything's going to work the way that it should. Okay? So just to kind of for speed, I'm going to end up stopping this. Well, actually I don't have to stop it. I'm at the end now. Okay. Okay, so there's a few changes to this file that we want to make. So we'll move up here to like if name equals main. We'll keep the CWD right here. Then we'll space over. And then what we want to do is we want to type in a host name, and then equals, and this is the magic of this. This is like socket dot get host name. Okay, and that way we don't really have to worry about like the name of your Spark versus the name of my Spark. It's just got to get you the right host name. So then we're going to type in the port equals 7860 because we are not going to change the port. We're going to keep at 7860. And then what we're going to do is we're going to print that out. Okay, and the reason we're printing this out, and we'll use enough string for this, and then we'll just have a new line. And we'll just say open from Windows. Okay. And then what we'll end up doing is we'll have another new line, and then we'll do http / and then we're going to sit there and say host name, and then we're going to go port, and we're going to hit /n for a new line, and then we're just going to close that out. Okay, and I probably should go over here and spell print properly. So we have open from Windows, and then we have http hostname and port, and I forgot my curly brackets in front of port. So now we're correct there. We'll hit enter. Okay, now let's go down here to this demo launch, right? And in this demo launch, what we're going to end up doing is we're just going to add a comma here, and we'll hit enter, and then we'll space over to about the period, just for spacing. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to do server name equals, and this is going to be 0.0.0.0, and that way it can like listen off the zeros where we can actually connect from Windows. Okay, so then we're going to hit a comma there and hit enter, and then we'll go over here, and then we're going to do server port equals port, and that way we'll have the port in there as well. Okay, and that's just going to take from the port above, and we'll hit comma. Now this line here is optional. Remember, we can set sure equals true to go public, but we're just going to be explicit and hit false. Okay, and then once that's done, so we'll take a look at this, and I notice in my print command up here I forgot my parentheses, so I got to close my parentheses out. Okay, then I'll hit Control X and I'll hit yes and I'll hit enter. Okay, so now that I'm back, what I can end up doing is I can type in Python app.py now, and that's going to open up my FluxGym. Now I have these localhost down here, and I have this HTTP here. Now I can open these up, and then I'd have to type in Spark instead of localhost, and then same thing up that's HTTP 00. I'd have to change the 00 to Spark, or if you remember, we already got that, so we can actually just open it from Windows from here. Okay, so I can double click this, and that's going to open up my Spark right here. Now we're actually in Flux, and we can actually start to use this and actually train. The only thing about this is it has like 12, 16, and 20 gigs of VRAM. I'll probably play around with that a little bit later and see if I can actually increase that for the Spark. But for now, you should be able to sit there and train and publish off this and do everything else you can, with FluxGym. Okay, so setting up is really that simple.